This story is the story of a boy who gets superpower of disappearing and what he does with this power, and will be very fun to see how he got. One day when Juan was asleep and when he was brushing in front of the mirror, he saw himself in the mirror only showing his clothes in the mirror, but his body as if it had disappeared. He quickly took off the clothes, and the next moment he was really invisible. A person who cannot be seen can't be touched. When mother came to the room, they simply saw clothes lying on the ground. They didn't know the boy was standing in front of them. To hide the monarch, Juan went to school wearing clothes tightly. He was afraid that if someone detected his strength, people would consider him a monster. Looking at your invisible palms and looking at that boy standing in front, who often tightened him, took care of changing Juan's mind. He took clothes and reached school naked. No one could see him anyway. He stood straight in class. Juan was surprised that no one was able to see him. Suddenly Juan took out that boy's toy from the gun bag and took the tan gun towards the teacher. How much the teacher's monitor was cleaning the class, but the teacher was filled with anger and even advised him to remove from the principal. As soon as both teachers went out, Juan took out a copy, and then from the drawer the answer sheet flying into the air to the table. From the pen, he filled his copy replies. Juan starts to get superpower from his school, one which was weaker than the stature, which was often persecuted by some naughty children of the school. Even when she hidden in the toilet, her predicament didn't stop. Whenever he tried to stop it, the result was always bad. Returning home in Zmi, he was teased with love of the family. In her room, she saw her favorite girl post, in which she had invited the Halloween party. This time he was thinking of not being afraid, but of impressing the girl. He bought the costume by going to market with money, saved his many years. But the shopkeeper gave him a second-hand pajamas brought from China. The shopkeeper said that would make him the brightest. He went to the party at night wearing pajamas. I thought all would be riot, but everyone started laughing at it. Then suddenly his crush Miko's personal video went on the screen, which one had recorded theft hidden, and this video was leaked by the naughty children of the same school. Ticked on Juan to all the people. Fearfully, he hidden in the toilet. From outside, everyone was asking him to come out. Then Juan stood in front of the window and said, I would have been power over Juan so suddenly. When Juan had so much power, light turned off, and then all became normal. Juan quickly jumped from the window and ran from there the next morning and found out that he now has the power to be invisible. Without understood, he ran to school. At the gate, he saw some girls are going to bathing. A naughty smile came on her face. He went behind them in the back changing room. He was amazed at the scene there. Then he saw his dream girl. As she lost in the moves, a towel falls above him. Girls suddenly snap his appearance. His heart begins to beat fast and slowly decreases its invisible power. As the towel removes, girls scream, and one also begins to scream with fear. Later, it felt strange to Mom why the school didn't pull him out, but he strictly explained him. Mother finally couldn't say anything. He answered a lot of questions, but Juan did not answer anyone. After this incident, Juan became fully famous in school. The classmates began to consider him strange creatures, even some people throwing paper on it, and abuse that he is crazy. The tremendous emotional fluctuation again awake his power to be invisible. He immediately hid in his hands and clothing. The class was not even over yet that Juan ran out of a quick class. When he returned home, his sister saw him. In compulsion, she told the sister how she got this power, but the sister spoke to the big innocent rather than scared. I miss you very much. Juan also said, me too. On that day, Juan was reading books related to superpower. Then came the mother's steps from the outside. At that time, he couldn't fully control his invisibility yet. Don't be caught. So he took off all his clothes. As mother came in, she successfully disappeared, but he knew it wasn't a permanent remedy. Meanwhile, the phone of the house was playing. When Mom went to pick up the phone, Juan thought for too long and decided that she would tell the mother the truth. But he could say something. Before that, he knew a shocking thing. In fact, he wasn't the mother's real son, but he was adopted. This truth couldn't tolerate. So the sea alone went shore so that could calm itself. Coincidence, strolling there, Miko saw him. Even scared, he came to the nearby swing. Who are you? Miko asked. Juan said, I'm just a shirt. My name is Invisible Boy. To answer Miko's friendly things, he made a smiley face on the ground from wood. Perhaps the adoption was created between the two of that moment, and they quickly became good friends. Miko hadn't yet known that this invisible boy is the same one he disliked. Miko enthusiastically invited him to come to his home, but then only then, the phone ranged, and the two had to be separated with regret. They didn't know that a mysterious man standing nearby was watching them. One reached again at night, called Miko. That smile had become his secret gesture. Miko couldn't recognize him, so one intentionally changed his voice and did desi-considery things in jokey style. Miko was immediately affected by his things, but at the same time his power started to mess up again. The hands began to appear slowly. Horrible. He ran from the window. After returning home, sister explained a lot. Finally, one decided that he would tell Miko all the truth. But when he reached his house, I saw Miko had kidnapped. He tries to save him, but his lean body can't do anything. He couldn't harm the kidnappers as much as a dog could do. He returned home and decided that by making the girl a wall, he would save Miko again. But reaching home saw that her old night suit mother had washed off. He had not only lost Psykud, but also lost the power to be invisible. In grief, he debated with his mother and got out of the house. He was bathing the bicycle on the road, like taking the inner sour. Now when his invisibility went, he felt felt as though he'd lost everything. During this time, a mysterious man came to meet him. He told that his invisibility power is actually inside him. With cheap night suit, he has nothing to do. And the most important thing for a human with any superpower is strong and confident heart. That's what awakes the real power. He told so much because he was actually Juan's real father, who also had many more powers besides the powers to be invisible. Years ago, he and his mother were lovers. The father, who started a new life, told that when he and his mother were running around to avoid following the black organization, in compulsion, he handed Juan into the hands of a woman police officer. Juan's mother was also killed in the hands of the black organization. This saying the father stole the invisible war uniform Juan left by the wife and warned that the distinction of his supernatural powers has opened up, so he should leave the city soon. When you return home, Juan basically wears that war uniform. As he was going to save his Miko, an old man suddenly enters in. This was the old black organization's man. Juan became invisible immediately, but the old man also had his own way. He spread the flour powder around and immediately caught Juan Marks. As Juan was going to run out of the room, the old man caught him and throwing him back. Looking at his youngest and so youngest strength, the old man was sorry that such a hunter would not be wasted. But Juan took advantage of the opportunity, pulling the bed-hidden lever and making the way out. He came out straight on the school's dabbing boy's motorcycle. The boy was surprised to see the helmet suddenly flying in the air, but when Juan called his name, he ran a motorcycle without thinking much. They reached a sunny building. There the boy finally understood that it was not a ghost spending, but the same one he used to tight daily. Juan told him all the truth, after which the boy decided to give him the name Steve. There was truth known by seeing his missing classmates and the prisoner, the manifesto. It was important to get out. After a little conversation, everyone took Miko out together. There were armed guardians around, but Miko dodged him with the art of his gymnastics, and the stairs climbed to the platform where the searchlight was engaged and a symbol of emoji in the sky shining. Juan recognized it immediately. That was his secret gesture. Both started action, but due to lights, enemies were aware of Miko's place and caught it. Juan and Steve made the rescue plan. Steve narrowed the attention of the guards from the toy gun, and Juan invisibly in and feint the wardrobe of the fire hydrant. At the tip of the gun, locks opened and left Miko and the rest of the peers. But while going, Miko claimed that an elderly prisoner would also have to release. Juan assumed, but as they reached the secret room, True appeared. In fact, Miko was already controlled by the black organization and became his puppet. Juan was threatened to kill Miko if he obeys Miko safely. Juan surrendered forced. Now the organization planned to blow the building to cut the police's clue. They began to bring Juan into the submarine, while Miko was to be sent to the surface from the rescue capsule. As Juan saw that Miko was being taken alone, his powers burst. Everyone killed Juan killed in the submarine too. Jumping into the rescue capsules, came out on the sea surface with Miko. After this incident, Juan became the superhero of the city. His favorite got a lot of pleasure from this, but father didn't want him to trace in danger like him either, so they erased all of their memory. Everything went back to normal. The colleagues again began to torture Juan. Miko also began to understand him strangers, but the difference was that now there was an extremely strong and confident heart within Juan. Many think that this film is just about superpower, but in fact it teaches us that those who love should protect against the responsibility of. Maybe you've also had some favorite person and you've also thought, I would be able to be a superhero for him. If you had such power, for whom would you use it? In the comment and like the video known and subscribe to channel.